I know you sent the item already in the mail, but can you change the address on it? The black t-shirt you sent me isn't black and the white t-shirt isn't white. I don't know why I thought it was white. Then there's even the infamous 1-star review left with a comment, the item is perfect. All right, so with the holidays fast approaching, you know things can get crazy. Sometimes Etsy customers around the holiday season can drive you mad. Some people are never happy. They are never satisfied and will take any issue with anything that could have possibly gone wrong in your shop, absolutely personally, and are incredibly, well, crazy or scammy or both. And how do you deal with those that are actually Etsy scammers, literally looking to steal from you and your shop? So here's a few ways I've used to stay at least a little bit ahead of the Christmas crazies, or those that fall into the holy trinity of epic dissatisfaction, also known as the Etsy Karens. So as a quick example, last year I had a lady that ordered a shirt, received the shirt, and then she told me she opened it and it was absolutely horrible, and then told me she put it back in the mail immediately with the postman because it was so horrendously ugly. And it took so long to receive. By the way, it only took 4 days, not even business days, after she had placed the order, which for print on demand and with all of the 2020 shipping delays happening is insanely fast. I also sold over $16,000 of the same shirt within a couple of months, and I have over 140 5-star reviews for the item. Well. So yeah, I just refunded her when she sent the shirt back because bye. Now it goes without saying, but for every high expectations, low budget customer on Etsy, or anywhere else for that matter, there are hundreds of others who are incredibly nice, amazingly patient, and even go out of their way to be incredibly kind to their Etsy seller for no reason at all. And yes, as an Etsy seller, you are selling something, you are providing a service, but like anything else, that's still no reason for customers to be unreasonable or rude either. And just yesterday this happened to me, but I can't help but think it's not an accident that a customer added the item to their shopping cart and actually added 2 so they could have another one in another color and another size. They received the items, they waited a month, and then just yesterday they told me, oh, you know, I really like the shirts, they're really nice, but actually I'd prefer to exchange them for 2 other shirts in your shop that I like better. And when I calmly told her each item is made to order, it's unlikely that anybody else will order the same colors and the same sizes that you have chosen with the same design, as this is extremely unlikely, and here's an awesome coupon if you really do want to purchase these other shirts. And then at which point she went on and on about how the price is so expensive and was just generally super rude, and it's frustrating. The shirts were actually $18.99 on sale, and she received free shipping. I definitely didn't refund her. And surprise, she didn't ask for the coupon. Bye! But after nearly 20,000 Etsy orders since the tail end of 2018, but here's a few of the ways I try to stay ahead of these uncomfortably insane situations. But however, just try to do the best that you can and try not to let it get to you. Well, too much. So starting off with a few of the basics to ward off the crazies from even purchasing in your shop, and then we'll deal with those that are just epically dissatisfied despite everything going absolutely flawlessly on your end. Now, it might not seem super obvious if you're absolutely new to selling on Etsy, but the type of item you're selling might indicate the type of customer who will be interested in it. As an example, if you're selling a tote bag that says crazy and impatient, it's likely going to attract a different type of customer than a tote bag that says loving and kind on it. At least hypothetically speaking. So if you're looking at adding a new item or type of item to your shop, also be thinking about the type of customer who might be interested or attracted to that type of item. Definitely make sure you have your shop policies filled out and clearly communicate these to your customers in several places. As an example, you could say in your shop photos to check the item description or policies for more information. Also, make sure your photos, sizing charts, and your shipping info is accurate so there are no surprises for your customers, where otherwise reasonable people might lose their mind if something is amiss or might be concerned if something is suddenly out of the ordinary or something unexpected happens. So put as much info in as many places as possible, including your photos, to again just eliminate any unnecessary surprises. Now, if you have a brand new Etsy shop, message your customers stat. This not only will prevent order cancellations and also helps your customers feel more connected to you and your Etsy shop. You could write a thank you note or a welcome to the shop note and include a few other details about the order, like how long it will take before the order is on the way, and include approximate shipping time. I would also try to say something to the effect that shipping times are approximate and to always check the tracking link for the most up-to-date information. Of course, you'd love to be able to personally hand deliver everybody's items, but you just don't have the time right now. I will say that sending a message as a newer Etsy shop owner is important because newer Etsy shops tend to be targeted for review or refund extortion. If you have a more established Etsy shop and are not able to send a message to the customers, then definitely make sure that there is an automatic message that is displayed for customers after they order their item. This note to your customers can be added in the info or appearance section, again, so the customer sees it right after they order. So to do this, you go into Shop Manager, then Settings, then Info and Appearance, and then scroll down to Message to Buyers, and then fill in the note you'd like your customers to see after they've ordered. So if you don't accept order cancellations an hour more after purchase, or it's too late for their item to be received by the holidays, then let your customers know in this note. The vast majority of issues in my Etsy shop aren't based on how long it took the item to be made or the quality of the item, but based on shipping times. Most people are happy to wait for quality items, but aren't happy when the item is lost or wrecked, or the tracking link stops updating. Of course, this is why Etsy has made such a push to include trackable shipments, and also why they are insisting on a zip code for shipping purposes. Etsy will immediately close cases against your shop where the tracking link says it was delivered, but the customer says it was not received, even though the shipping or tracking link says it was delivered. However, they can still leave a bad review. So when the customer reaches out asking me where the item is since the tracking link says it was delivered, of course, I give them the benefit of the doubt. Accidents happen. I say something like, "Oh dear, I'm so sorry it hasn't turned up yet. Here is the tracking link." And then I paste the tracking link again. Is there any chance it could be at a neighbor's house, or that perhaps another person at your house has brought it into the house on your behalf? Maybe it just hasn't turned up yet, or could you kindly check with the post office? And 99% of the time, even through all of the crazy shipping catastrophes of 2020, the item turns up. Surprise! The item has magically appeared. Now, of course, sometimes it really does sound like the person doesn't know that their husband or daughter has brought the item into the house by mistake. So I try to just keep saying, well, I really hope it turns up soon. I really postpone having to say, when the tracking link says it's delivered, I don't send another item or a refund, because it nearly always does in the meantime. The second most common reason a shopper wants to return or exchange an item is because the sizing was not correct, especially for gifts. So in this case, I really don't want the item being returned, because with print on demand, that is exceptionally complicated, especially when I don't even live in the same country as my customers. So more often than not, and especially if it seems like they're a really super nice person, I offer them a hefty discount to reorder the item in a different size. It's not ideal, but they are usually super happy with it. And again, it depends on the customer, but most are super grateful and very understanding that their item is made just for them. No one else will repurchase the same item in the same color in the same size. There are sizing charts included for a reason. Again, it really depends on how you spin this, so it's a win-win for both of you. You shouldn't have to lose money selling on Etsy because someone else refuses to read. But do your best to be kind and understanding, even though, yes, it's super frustrating that many customers choose not to read. So again, put as much info as possible into your shop photos because Etsy really does hide a lot of that text from customers who are in a hurry to make their purchase quickly. Again, most shoppers on Etsy aren't looking to scam you, and they are probably more afraid of purchasing from a scammy Etsy shop owner than the other way around. But let's say you've got a potentially crazy person in your shop. There are things that are red flags for me, including wanting a refund, to return the item, to exchange the item, or they want their money back, where I need to start to make sure I am taking my time to formulate an awesome response for them. First, I recommend not responding instantaneously, especially if you are extra tired or upset with the tone of the message because it's the 25th one that you've had today. It can be exhausting to deal with customer service emails. So make sure you thoroughly think through your response before pressing send. Keep it professional and don't get personal. Avoiding using you or your pronouns can be very helpful. I try not to say, "You didn't tell me," or "I told you in the message at the start." I try to respond as calmly and plainly as possible. And again, it's super beneficial to give them the benefit of the doubt. I might also start by checking on KarenCheck.com. It's a real website, and you can put in the potentially crazy Etsy customer's user ID if you think the person or profile is trying to scam you, if they want to extort you for the item and a refund, or just leave poor reviews. So more specifically, if the person is asking to return or exchange the item, first I indicate I understand in some way. I try to empathize with something like, "I'm so sorry the post office wasn't able to deliver your item sooner," or "I'm so sorry the shirt wasn't what you were hoping for." Then I usually offer and prioritize sending a new item as a reshipment from my print-on-demand supplier, indicating it will arrive as soon as possible. If the customer has received the item and there's an issue with it, I always ask for a photo of the whole shirt laid flat and then a close-up of the specific issue. I always just say it's just for my records, although it is also for the print-on-demand supplier. Then I submit those photos to my print-on-demand supplier if there is an issue, and hopefully they can send out another one as soon as possible. When I send a message about the replacement shirt that it's on the way with a tracking link, I also usually include a discount code, so if they are inclined to leave a review, it's generally much more positive. And hopefully they will be understanding that this is an anomaly and doesn't happen all the time. Again, most people are happy with this and understand that the holidays are very busy and mistakes happen. Our job as Etsy sellers is to make sure that the customer is happy, and most will be at this point. However, some customers will still open a case against your Etsy shop. Etsy cases go away if you refund. This is sometimes though what the buyer is counting on you doing, so don't be afraid to stand your ground. Last year, on one night, I had 2 cases opened against my Etsy shop. Now keep in mind, I've still only had 6 cases opened total in my Etsy shop, so to have 2 on the same night was pretty strange. One was a grandma who literally didn't receive her item and the tracking had stopped updating. And then I sent another one and she didn't receive that one either. So I don't blame her. I immediately sent her a refund. Sometimes people will keep pushing for you to send the item too, but they don't get both. The other one who opened the case literally just wanted her money back because she wanted her money back and wanted to keep the item. In these types of situations, I really push for them to return the items to you or to send it to someone or your supplier, anyone but to keep it and send them a refund. It's just not cool. And if you've received a glowing 1-star review where perhaps the customer didn't realize that a 1-star wasn't a good thing, you can and should send them a message. This is what good customer service is. Absolutely, you can't directly ask them to change it, but you should ask what you can do better, as they are clearly unhappy with the item. Why else would they leave a 1-star review? And somehow professionally indicate that reviews have a real impact on your shop. Usually the customer figures out on their own that a 1-star isn't a good review, even if their words that they wrote indicate otherwise. Yes, most other customers will realize that what is written in the review doesn't align with the stars that the customer put in the review, but in the meantime, it will slow down orders to your shop. And again, not everybody reads, and now it could impact your star seller status if that's important to you. I will also say that it is always tricky when customers are asking for a refund or an exchange, and especially in times like these when many people are unhappy with the state of the economy, with their finances, with politics, you name it. So try your best, be patient, be kind, give people the benefit of the doubt, and enjoy the Christmas crazies. Sometimes customers feel entitled to ask for a refund and are perfectly within their rights to do so, but you don't have to give one just because they want one. So if you're new here, welcome to Teacher in the Tesla, and I hope you're doing well. I wish you all the very best of luck this holiday season with the success in your Etsy shop. So if you would like more videos to help you prepare for the holidays as an Etsy shop owner, then hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this in the future. Let's build our Etsy shops together for today, tomorrow, and for well into the future. See you later, superstar.